Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 of the many habits of rich people. There's many habits and many traits. This is going to be the first in a series in which we're going to cover as many traits as I can find and as many habits as I can find. We're going to talk about habits of the rich people, traits of the rich people, what they teach to their children, how they do their investing, all in this series. Stay tuned. Having worked in the real estate field for over 15 years, and then after that being involved in the insurance field, doing insurance sales, I got to meet with people at all kinds of economic levels, all kinds of income. And I got to see them up close and personal as far as how they dealt with their money, what they did with it. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I also got a front row seat to how they did their money management and how these traits actually helped them in their personal lives. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. When it comes to becoming wealthy, it's not about an inheritance. It's not about getting it from mommy and daddy. It's about developing the habits that the wealthy people and the rich people use to get there and stay there. Now, before we get too far into this, I want to make sure we're both on the same page. When I talk about rich people, I'm not talking about just financially, okay? That's just a benefit a lot of times of somebody having a rich life. What I'm going to be talking about today is high income earners. People that have made a lot of money. What they have done is they've had good investments. They make good business decisions, because what I noticed is in all the people that I've talked to, they have a lot of similarities. And we're only going to cover 10 today. There will be more in this series. Now, for those of you that have seen the movie The Bucket List, you had two extremes. One guy really wealthy, one guy with an average life. They were both rich. One just happened to be extremely financially better. And that's all I'm talking about. We're just talking about the people who are financially better, because having a rich life means a lot more than just money. Okay, habit number one for these high income earners is setting clear goals. Monthly, weekly, daily. And they actually stretch them out for 2, 3, 4, 5 years at a time. These goals are clearly defined. They know exactly what they're going after, and they know what they have to do. Okay, what you're going to want to do is clearly write down what you're going to achieve. Notice what I said. I didn't say what you want to achieve, what you're going to achieve. And once they write these goals down, they're very achievable. They break them down to their smallest components. Now, that does not mean they're easy. Normally, when they've stretched it out for a year, when you set your goals up for a year, you will normally overestimate what you can do in a year. Although, you will always underestimate what you can do in 5. So when you set your goals at the end of the first year, whether you hit it or whether you don't, keep in mind, it's a 5-year plan. And you're probably going to see where you can hit your 5 years relatively quickly. When you break these goals down and you break them down to their smallest components, what it comes down to is, what do I got to do today to reach the goal? You break them down, they're very achievable. You can see the progress as you go through them when you start checking things off. Now, once you've got them and you start checking them off and stuff, you want to review them minimum every month. Ideally, you can review them weekly just to see where you're at, to give you a progress report. How close are you to hitting the monthly goal? Because that's broken down into 4 different sections. So you want to be able to review the plans, review the goals every month. Okay, the next habit, number 2, is that rich people, high income earners, are constantly absorbing and consuming knowledge, wanting to know what they can do to improve their situation. Okay, as far as the books are concerned, we're talking books on communication, books on sales, books on business, books on psychology, books on relationships, books on economics. This is what they consume. High income earners, wealthy people consume knowledge. That way they can get different points of views to make their decisions with. And that's what you're after, is the ability to think like a rich person. Okay, now, as far as the association is concerned, there's a reason for this. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Chapter 10, talks about a mastermind. Basically, it's an association of people. You become like the people you are around, the people you associate with. So what you want to do is you want to level up your group. Now, you might not be able to find a group locally, although reading books, listening to podcasts, talking to people online, watching YouTube videos, guess what? You're associating with people at a higher level. You will start to become like them. You'll start to think like them. Some people think you shouldn't do that. You want to change your lifestyle. You want to change your life. You need to associate with the people that are where you want to be. Habit number 3 is once they start becoming successful, high income earners do something that broke people don't. They hire coaches. They hire people to help them along the path. It could be accountants. It could be lawyers. It could be bookkeepers. It can be personal coaches for them personally. It can be health and wellness coaches. This is what they do so that they can keep progressing farther and farther down the road. These coaches are there for one reason only, to keep them focused and on track. That's what they do so that the high income earners can kind of like put a lot of things aside. They can stay focused on becoming the best person they can be and moving their life along. The next habit, number 4, is taking calculated investment risks. The high income earners will always take calculated risks. They're always looking to make sure that the odds are in their favor. In the event you've ever traded options or traded stocks, you understand what they're working on is the laws of probability. As long as the odds are in their favor, it makes sense. They don't go on hype. They don't go on what the people say. They don't go on what the news says. They go on numbers, analytics. And when the analytics put the probabilities in their favor, that's when they make their move. Okay, the next one, number 5, is embracing change and adaptability. The rich are always open to ways that will make their life simpler and less cumbersome. A big mantra when you get into the high income earners is really simple. Why do something when you can pay someone else to do it? Gardening, do the pool, go to the grocery store, search investments. They farm out everything so that their life becomes freer and less cumbersome. Okay, habit number 6, networking and building relationships. This is really huge to high income earners. High income earners associate with other high income earners for networking, building relationships, and getting in on opportunities that the public doesn't know about. On average, high income earners and rich people are usually in much better health. Okay, a couple of the biggest reasons that they prioritize their health as much as they do is really simple. They understand that when you've got a healthy body, healthy mind, guess what? You've got a much better attitude and you have the ability to do things longer and with more productivity than most people. Okay, understand. This comes down to some very basic, very simple things. When people are healthy, they have dreams, they have goals, they have ambitions. When you're sick and you're not healthy, you've only got one dream and one goal, getting better. This is number 8, discipline and consistency. The high income earners and the rich understand something very simple. Just because something didn't work today does not mean it won't work tomorrow. It also means whatever you did today, change what you do tomorrow. Whatever you do, understand that the rich always accept feedback. Whether they did something right, whether they did something wrong, they want the feedback simply because there's no other way to get better. A lot of times, high income earners, rich people, they understand one real simple thing. the goal may take longer than you expect it to, which I'm sure you have happened at. This is the bonus one. It's action. No matter what I've said, no matter what you think, until there's action involved, nothing's going to happen. So the next step is yours. I would highly recommend just implementing one of these traits. The catch to that is when you do that, you're actually going to implement two. Because you pick any of the 1 through 9, guess what you have to do to implement that one? You have to take action. There's your 2. That's how you start. Just take action, move forward. 1, 2, 3 steps, take 1 step back, take 2 steps back. You're still 1 step ahead. So I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to hearing your story. Hit the like and subscribe below, and you'll get notified next week when the next one comes out. Have a great day.